so you got Ronnie Lee Smith who just died, and it always sucks to hear about something like that happening. Because the thing you think about your own mortality. In fact, they said that there's not a greater aphrodisiac than when somebody dies. You know, that's why you got the wedding crashers, the funeral crashers. Um, so sitting there reminiscing, I remember his campaign for sheriff in Gallatin County. It was the same time when I had run for state representative. I had been basically victimized my entire life out of Gallatin County by the same people. There's a cult of people, the cult of Sol Invictus, right? But it's more of a instead of worshiping the sun, they worship man. And so this cult, has been treating me like an asshole. And so I think about when I die, what would happen, and I don't want anybody that was related to me to be in part of my proceedings whatsoever. They've been total assholes to me. They've been shitty to me basically my whole life. They've been shitty. Renee Gibson, okay, was a shitty bitch, and that's how I've been treated by shitty bitches like a shitty bitch, and that's just who the fuck wants to be treated like shit, like a bitch, like a obedient fucking kiss ass bitch, or who wants to be, treated like shit because they're an oppressive fucking uppity, think they're better and their shit don't stink type of shitty bitch. No, white women can make mistakes, and Renee Gibson made a huge mistake when she started bringing up all personal issues when he was running for sheriff. She acted as if though Ronnie Lee Smith had a chance of winning sheriff, which he didn't. He had no chance at all. He got 100 votes. That's pretty much what I had predicted, that he wasn't going to get any votes at all. But it was still just the idea of him being in there. And at first, you had the sheriff now, Mr. Neal, right, Josh Neal. He had said that he would stay off marijuana. He backed off of it, and he kind of had to in order to get the Ronnie Lee Smith voters. And then he's arresting people, stealing $50,000 worth of crops away from, salt of the earth farmers. And so, he was, I was a little bit mad about that. A little felt betrayed. He said that he'd back off on an idea, and he didn't back off on it at all. But if it wasn't for him, he probably wouldn't even picked up an idea. And that's where the third parties come into play. You had the anti-slavery party, you had the women's right to vote party. They start out as independent parties, and then the Democrats and Republicans pick up one of their major planks as their own. And so that's how you win when they pick up the plank. And so he was able to pick up a Ronnie Lee Smith plank, which he had later on betrayed. So, I guess that's the sort of gamble you run. People can promise and say whatever it is they want to say, but eventually they're going to do whatever they want to do. And so Renee Gibson's just trying to fuck up his campaign right at the very end. She's also writing a bunch of shit on his fucking Facebook. Now her concern is, I just don't want my son, Thor, that's his son's name, right? Ronnie Lee Smith has a son, his name is Thor, and he said, I just don't want my son to read it on Facebook. Like, what the fuck would that matter? Just the announcement of a death is just a bad thing. It doesn't matter if it's Facebook, over the phone, to the face. You want a dead body right in front of his fucking face? Like, what the fuck is good enough for you? Any type of communication, any way for him to know what is going on is best. You've been sheltering him and probably controlling his entire existence his whole life. Renee Gibson, I'm talking to you, Renee Gibson. And I think it's bullshit how you fucking manipulate people. And I think it's bullshit how you try to fuck up his campaign. And fuck you. You're sitting there, starting shit right here on he's dead, and you're still starting shit. I guess you was there, then you left or some shit. Do much for family known first. Hope his son don't see this. Right? Oh yeah, it's all about your son. It's never been about your son. It's only been about you. Renee Gibson's only been giving a shit about her, and people will all run to the defense, and it might even be him, but I don't even give a shit. People love their oppressors. Don't talk to my oppressor that way. I love my oppressor. Oh, yeah, fuck you. If you didn't love your damn oppressor so much, maybe she wouldn't be such a shitty person. There's some people that won't change. You could force them, try to force them, and if they won't change, then you just gotta walk away. You gotta leave them, be. Ronnie Lee Smith was not a bad guy. In fact, with the little bit of influence he was allowed to have, I'd say he's one of the best damn fathers on the planet. So good for Ronnie Lee Smith. He was an inspiration. He was my inspiration. He was inspiration for lots of people. He was right. He wanted kids with cancer to be cured. Renee Gibson didn't give a shit about that. Didn't give a shit about the political implications of being the first county, and then that county could have turned the whole state. But no, Colorado and fucking Washington, which is where he was at, right? He took his fucking revolution to Colorado, and then Colorado got the fucking benefits of Ronnie Lee Smith. So it goes on, please confirm if you passed or not. Wow, what the heck? Really, my brother deserves to talk to his dad, who doesn't have much time left. Thank you, Jackie, right? So this stupid fucking bitch is just getting everybody all riled up, getting a mob to fucking attack motherfuckers and pretend as if, not, I see this happening with my own fucking family. I see stupid bitches in my own fucking family who's going to try to take my life and legacy and pretend like they give a shit. No, there was assholes to me my entire fucking life, okay? There was never a time when they weren't shitty. That's all they ever known is to be fucking derogatory, to be shitty, holier than thou. They're above everybody, and they're oppressors. All they give a fuck about is their will and power to control you, and they get a sadistic thrill out of motherfuckers when they fall down. Someone falls down in the mud, they fucking love that shit. They love hurting people. They get off to it. It's the only thing that they actually get off to. It's the only thing that makes them happy is forcing someone, crushing their spirit and their will. That's the only thing they give a shit about. No fucking way. You cannot fucking sit there and tell me. So I want Brandon Eldridge out of Grant County. I want him to be. I want him to have all my stuff. Brandon Eldridge, I knew him for several years. I saw him at courthouse one time. I was there for a seatbelt ticket, of which I won. But eventually it wound up backfiring on me. But regardless, Brandon Eldridge out of Grant County is going to be the person who takes all my stuff, all my inheritance, the executor of the will, or whatever, the executor. He's the man. This is April 4th, 2014. This is my most up to date one. I've written some things down here and there, but this is the most recent updated one is the one that matters. So just to make sure that shit don't happen to me. Um, she seems not to give a fuck whatsoever, right? Just being total fucking dickhead, fucking shittiest. Ronnie Lee Smith also had this invention where he had this magnet strip that just kept rotating over and over again. And really, that's all you got to do to generate electricity is figure out how to rotate the generator. Now we use coal. We burn coal, and then the steam comes up and it turns the generator. That's the energy that we use to create electricity right now. But he had this magnet that just kept rolling over and over and over again. And magnets do seem like they're unlimited amounts of energy. You had Tesla, who says when we start thinking about non-physical phenomena, then science will just progress tenfold. Instead of just the physics, instead of just the hard stuff, right? Just the fucking hard objects and shit. So not just the physical objects and just about physics and shit and parabolas and how things fall and how things work, but other things. So it was fucking shitty how Renee Gibson did this shit. How she's fucking. It looks like actually they deleted most of the fucking posts that was on there because they know they're fucking shitty. They said that she was there and then they weren't there, and then all the posts by Roland Doobie's fucking gone. There was actually somebody that was responding to all the posts, and I'm glad that they did because it's fucking bullshit how people act, man. She acts like she's been there and 100% all the time, and that her child's entitled to something. He's dead. He's dead. The child and you are nobody's fucking entitled to jack shit. He wants to die how he wants to die, and fuck you. He said he didn't want you there. You're an asshole. Oh, here it is. I hope his roommate has the heart to let me know when he passes, so I can tell his son before he sees it on Facebook. Why does that matter? Why do you need to tell somebody before he sees it on Facebook? Renee Gibson, why is that so fucking important? It makes no sense. She just came and told me the only thing he would have to leave that state was with his ashes. And then here's Roland Ray Doobie. Somebody's controlling his account. Says, you self-righteous people, you forget to tell the world you were here. You were in this house and you left him. Now he has hours. You want to come to his side. And it was not um, Thor's wish. I am here to honor him in life and in his death. So let's keep the truth, because if you truly knew Thor, he was truth. And I'll be damned if I go against what he wants. So TJ, I guess, is Thor Jr. So Thor it's too memorable. I don't know what else he would be known as. TJ, that's what we're going to know him as, is Thor. And it could be just Ronnie Smith's fucking son. That's enough of a legacy right there. It's a shadow and a light. It's a shadow and a light. He's led a good legacy. He should pick up the legacy and do something with it. His father was a good man. But immediately, Renee Gibson, who's a fucking bitch when it came to him on the fucking, when it came to his race for sheriff in Gallatin County, Kentucky, now it's talking about how self-righteous. Oh, you're so self-righteous. You know everything. You're so good. Oh, yeah, it's always been about her son. but it's never been about her son. It's only been about her. He would want to talk to his son. Everyone knows I was there, and had to leave. I have private messages of Renee and how he loved his son and twin sister. Don't pull this shit right now. So here's a mob. They're fucking jumping him right. I'm pretty sure no matter what happened, his child being in the loop and by his side is honoring him in life and death. In the final hours, blah blah blah. Just don't let his son find out on Facebook that he has died. Why the fuck does that matter, Renee Gibson? Fuck you, you stupid ass fucking piece of shit. He's fucking dead. It doesn't matter if a goddamn fucking crow or fucking a dove came with a little, in this pelican, a little fucking note and dropped the fucking message there. It doesn't matter. A person's dead when they're dead. It doesn't matter when they post it on Facebook. And Facebook's a good fucking medium for communication. That why the fuck if it wasn't, why the fuck are you sitting there typing all this shit? You're typing this shit so people don't fucking notice, so they don't see it. So you could break it to him, and then maybe you could steer his thoughts, and then you could force him to think what he wants to think about his father, since you've been shitting on him his whole fucking life, right? Maybe he wants some alone time. Well, I'll bet you won't let him do that type of shit. There's actually a lot of people on fucking topics that was talking to him. I'm gonna make another 15-minute video. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to get to my song because it's like a 3-minute song, and it was a good song. And so me and Ronnie's gonna have a good moment here, okay? If he's dead, and I hope he's not dead, but it seems like with all the so many people are saying goodbye. He was a good man and all this shit. I've seen some pictures of him looking pretty sickly, and leukemia. That's cancer. I don't know why he would die of cancer. But okay, so yeah, that's all she cares about. He won't be able to call back. Why would it have hurt for TJ to say I love you, Dad? And then they said, oh, he heard that TJ said that he loved them and all this other shit. Hi everyone, this is David again. So David again. So maybe David was the one writing it. I really can't engage in any back and forth. I've been here today. I want to let everyone know that Ronnie is being well loved and is passing by us and by all of you. Here, his with his best friend Tink, who has been an angel from his mouth. His buddy is lying next to him with his hand paws on each other. We alternate between holding his other hand if he wants. We have been reading your posts to him. He's been responding to them with like me to tell all of you. Said to his son, tell him I'll call him back, and of course his family will be informed immediately upon his passing. Renee says, oh, you won't be able to call you back. Still being a bitch, right? I'm not a violent person, but this Tink character is irking my nerves. Why the fuck would Tink, it says he was a good man. It says he's a good fucking man. And so, of course, his friends, you're not going to like his fucking friend because you're an asshole. So here's another one of his fucking gang members, Stephanie Wren. Right? I'm not a violent person. Right? Fuck you, Stephanie. You are a violent person. Everything about you is vile and violent. You're an oppressor. And so you don't love life. You love when people die. This is a fucking victory for you. You want to get around, cry, pretend you was a good fucking person. You wasn't. You was an asshole. Had you loved him when he needed his love, this shit wouldn't have happened today. No one can predict leukemia, but fuck, this oppression. You don't think that takes a toll on a person's physical fucking health? Everybody fucking acting like they're better than him and trying to shit on him and acting like he ain't a good father and all this other bullshit. It's bullshit. Have you not listened to some of his stand-up movies about his right to be here, hold his dad's hand? This winch Tink won't let him even say I love you. You're a sorry excuse for a friend. And a Poa, Ronnie, Morin, the whole family love you. I'm with you, Stephanie. Didn't even know your family has so much to say. Ronnie told me himself, but I'll wait. God bless you. Your family is number one. He's my uncle. Renee is my mom. That's Stephanie Wren. So I guess that's okay for her to be a stupid bitch. Nina, can't wait to hear. Thing I can't believe in. Just a few days. Money was raised for you. You out of love to get Renee and little Thor there. Doesn't always happen, but friends of Ronnie, Roland A. Doobie, they answer the call in need. Many don't know. The first time he almost died, you, Renee, and his husband came and got him, stopped in Canvas, where he almost died, took him to Kentucky. Then he had the worst of all tragedies happen. Your daughter was killed, and you were left to raise them, her 3 young children plus Ronnie's son Thor. Now you had to go back to Colorado and leave the children. Your job to care for him doesn't sound like a non-caring family to me. Nor should you be faulted for any decisions you had to make about leaving. And with the way you were treated, left out, Ronnie's son left to feel he was there to take something. It's a pitiful shame, and I'm embarrassed for the person responsible for putting those hate vibes out there. Shame, shame, shame on the maid and the paid caregiver. Spent 2 weeks in Kansas, missed work, kept him alive 6 more months. So this is her taking credit. I'm a good person. Look at me. Plus, I went through all of our savings. So I'm not denying that she's done good things and that has been, maybe even helpful towards the end of her life. But here she's being a shitty bitch, and she was a shitty bitch during the fucking, the voice, her voice during that election echoed. It wasn't just, her opinion. It was somebody that had known Rodney from the inside, fucking cutting him up. And she was 100% wrong. But it was his sister, so right, that's his sister. No, I don't have any family, okay? So no mother, no father, no sisters, no brothers, nobody. Just Brandon Eldridge of Grant County.